What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Build&Brew. Today I have a 3D printing video. I guess I don't think I've ever actually introduced my 3D printer. Put up a couple of time lapses, but I haven't really introduced it. I also don't have a good name yet for the 3D printing part of the channel. The brewing is static brewing, but I don't have anything for the 3D printing. Here it is. This is my printer. It is an Anet A8. It's printing right now. Working on our thing for work. Be a video coming out on that soon. Yeah, so it's be a hand cutter. So like it'll cut 1-inch strips just by attaching a couple of parts together and setting it all up. But I'll do a video on that relatively soon, how I made that. I intend to do a lot more Fusion 360 videos, because that's what I use for all of my 3D designs. Yeah, so I guess quick story about the 3D printer. I was trying to print for like 2 weeks, and I thought I had an extruder clog, which didn't really make sense because it kept happening. I have a cat. We don't clean as often as we should, and I think I in my head I thought, oh well, it keeps being cat hair getting sucked into the extruder and clogging it up, which it turns out is not the case. The knurled gear, or the toothed gear that actually does push the plastic through the extruder, had come loose. It's held on with a couple of set screws, and it slid back in towards the motor, where one of the loose set screws started actually scraping off layers of the aluminum housing of the motor. I mean, I tried everything. I have a couple of tiny little 0.4mm drill bits that I was using to attempt to clean out the nozzle. Didn't work. I've tried forcing the plastic through there at a higher rate. Didn't work. I even tried turning up the voltage on the extruder motor. Nothing was working. So I finally pulled it apart, and I found a set screw laying at the bottom of the carriage. And I realized what the actual issue was. So now I've got that all fixed up and printing away. So it seems to be running pretty smooth since I made that fix. Yeah, so I've got 3 types of filament right now. I've got an orange PLA, clear PETG, and blue PLA. And I've got to say, I love the PETG. I think it's a great filament. It's been pretty much wonderful. I don't have to print with the heated bed on because PETG sticks so well to the blue tape. Yeah, and it just has been making some really nice parts. I don't remember what brand it is. It was super cheap. Got it on Amazon. But yeah, so it's been good. I guess as far as a sort of quick overview of my sort of workflow when I'm printing, I start with Fusion 360, where I do all my drawing, and then I export it to a G-code file, which I load into a Repetier host. And then I use Slicer with the 3 instead of the E as my slicer of choice. And I've got all the settings dialed in. And then I currently am just printing straight from the computer over USB to the printer. And that seems to be working just fine. Print speeds are turned down pretty low. I mean, it's a cheap Chinese printer. So it's got the acrylic frame and it's got some wobble to it. It's also direct drive, so the carriage is really heavy. So I've got that. I have to have that turned down to try to reduce some of the wobbling. But so far I've been really happy with it, especially for a $150 printer. Haven't electrocuted myself yet or burnt the house down, so also good. But yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick, I guess, first introduction to my 3D printer. If anybody has any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. But yeah, other than that, that's Mitch for Build&Brew, signing out.